Hola, Charlene T. Easter here, and welcome back to my channel. I am excited to be here tonight because I am super, super, super excited about the special guest. And, you know, um, well, pause. I'm gonna pump my brakes. And I'm gonna say that this is a space that I am creating for melanated women who are prioritizing their health and their happiness. And I think we can do that by making sure that we are maintaining our melanin. I'm glistening a little bit for y'all tonight. Maintaining our mindset so that we can create magic in our everyday lives, whatever magic is for you. So, in that vein, I will say that last week was a super busy week because this has nothing to do with tonight's conversation. Well, in a way, it kind of does. In a way, it kind of does because we're talking about stepping into your greatness. And again, that's what it means for you. So, for me, stepping into my greatness means a couple of different things right off the top of my head. One, doing a better job of prioritizing my health to include fitness and doing better with my eating and my diet. Um, Two, continuing on with this trend that I have had going on since probably 2022, and that is to continue to prioritize my happiness. And that for me means every concert and super fun event that I can go to, I'm trying to be there. So I started off by saying that last week was super crazy busy. I couldn't get my video posted because I actually took a trip to Vegas for the first time and I got to see USHERA. I think I did it wrong, but I went to see Usher Raymond. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And it was good and I was excited. So this to me is all a part of prioritizing my health and my happiness. And for so long, things felt really, really super dark and heavy and hard. And so for the past couple of years, I really have prioritized enjoying myself. And so I am super excited to talk to our very special guest tonight. She has been here before and she is back again. I was so grateful that when I reached out to her to say, hey, lady, I'm thinking of some things. We have a virtual vision board party coming up soon, and let's get our juices churning so that we can make 2024 our best year yet. And she shared with me the power of eight. And she didn't share any details. So I'm going to be getting it when y'all get it. But I'm just like, okay, I'm liking it. And in case you missed it, the power of eight makes 2024 an 8 year. 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. So I'm super excited to hear what she has to share with us tonight to help us figure out some strategies, some tips, some techniques um, to live our best life and utilize the power of eight. And it is no other than the Lotus Mother at the Lotus Mother here on YouTube. And y'all know me, I always act like I have an audience, right? Audience one. But let's bring her to the stage. Let's bring her to the stage. Come on, Lotus Mother. Help us out. Let us know what this power of eight is all about. Okay?
I love it. I love it. We do have an audience, okay? Like we have a supercalifragilisticexpialidociously amazing audience. So you better get yourself hyped and be like, coming to the stage, coming to the live. You was out there,
Yes.
Usher Raymond, boo, out there
Oh
living
my
the
God.
best life,
That
okay?
was a whole whirlwind for me because I don't really do last minute, but I did it for Usher. I must say the only disappointment was that I was so far up from that last minute ticket that I grabbed that I just wasn't in danger of reaching out to touch. I just wasn't in danger of being close enough to get serenaded or anything. That was the only thing that was the downer, but it was so good. So yeah,
I bet. I can only imagine. You got some confessions that you need to go ahead and let be heard, right? Be
Okay. Yes.
heard.
Yes. Yes.
Listen. So I may or may not have been listening to a little Usher that's in my playlist, one of my bar
Yes.
playlists. Get that energy pumping, oh my, like the oh my God with him and Will
Oh
I Am. Yeah, that's that get that energy flowing.
yeah.
And it
Yes.
make you feel great, right? Like it make you get hyped, you get excited, you be like, oh my God, oh, like you be getting it. That's where we going. Like that's the
Yes.
energy we are literally sitting in, but that's the energy that we are welcoming in right now. So before we get into this message, honey, listen, before we get all the way into this message, I want you to be connected with this current time and space. I want you to envision, right? So we're gonna just take a deep breath. Exhale, because anything that is going on outside of here is not even real.
Mhm.
Anything that is happening in this current moment, time, and space that you are connected through under the sound of my voice is the greatest things in your life envisioning and taking place. Okay. The greatest things of your life are envisioning and taking place. And anything that is outside of this current time and space, do not even allow that to be a part of your like atmosphere at this time. Because when I literally tell you that anything that you think about and anything that you speak about is automatically coming to life, only thing you want to do is focus on the things that make you feel great. Okay. So taking a deep breath with me, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more as we bring in through the nose and out through the mouth. Exhale. And when we take a moment just throughout the day to reset our energy, reset our breath, and reset our center of focus, you then can visualize and have a clear path in order for you to follow. And that's what you want to be focusing on right now is where do I want my arrow and my target to hit? So as we're
Mm.
coming into day, as we're sitting here in today, the moon is currently in Scorpio, right? And so we've talked about our moon energy before.
Mhm.
But for those of you that are new to the whole like moon and what's going on, the moon is currently in that dark phase, right? So we're going into the new energy. We are going into a waxing phase. So it's waning right now. And anything that was heavy on us, right? Anything that was too difficult, let's say in the difficult aspect that has run its course, anything that was heavy and difficult and burdensome. Oftentimes, you can feel that energy to start to lift or lighten as you come into that dark moon energy. And with us sitting in the energy of Scorpio, being a water sign, it's bringing through anything that needs to be eroded and clarified. Okay.
Yeah.
So as we come through this space, I want you to take note of yourself, take note of your mind, take note of your body, anything that just makes you feel irritated, right? Anything that is irritating you. Is that me or is that you?
Tell me what it is.
Is it feedback? Are you getting the feedback?
No, I'm not at all.
All right,
Just a
so
second
we're
ago, I was talking. I was keying to the comments. So if you heard some little clacking, that might have been me. I'm sorry.
no worries. I just want to make sure that we're coming through loud and clear, and I don't want anything
There.
up interrupting our stream because this is hot. So
Yes.
anything that is like irritating, right, is
Mhm.
showing you what is a disturbance in your atmosphere, what's a disturbance in your force, right? And are you addressing it? So it's just kind of like you walk past and you're in the kitchen, you see that glass on the counter. Now you know you clean that counter, right? Somebody came behind you, left that glass over there. Now you'd be like, who just messed up my kitchen counter, right? That's a little bit of an irritant. Are you addressing the things that are being kind of irritating right now? If you are not, if you are not addressing those irritating aspects, they are going to multiply going forward. So I
Mm.
want you to be focusing on right now any of those irritants. Who leaving cups on your counter? Are they paying attention to how often you clean that counter? Are they respecting the fact that you clean that counter? No, then they probably don't need to be in the purview of the energy and the aspect of your counters because they don't appreciate all of the energy, effort, and work that goes into keeping those counters clean, which is why they keep leaving that glass on the counter. So, what's
Mm.
the irritant that's coming focus in your life right now?
Mm.
Address those irritants. Here's why. We're moving into that season of the eight. The energy of 8, as you said, 2024 is shaping up to be great.
Yes.
2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And 8 is going to be the energy of infinite abundance. Okay. So let's
Mm,
clarify abundance right now. Let's clarify it so we can be all on the same page. Abundance means a magnitude of. You got a lot of it. You could be an abundant of socks and you could be an abundant of stress. I'd
mm,
rather have more socks than stress, but that's the bar in me, right? However, energy of 8 is going to be infinite abundance, right? So remember, we're talking about that irritant right now, but we're going to talk about all of the nuances taking shape in a minute. If you are not addressing the irritants, when they transition and they transpire, they are going to magnify. So as we journey into that season of the 8, we are either going to have an abundance of bliss, or we're going to
mm,
have abundance of bullish, right? We get to
mm,
choose whether we have socks or stress, socks or stress. So, whatever you find that can be, as the moon right now is in Scorpio, that watery energy that is kind of like an exfoliant. Scorpio energy is like an exfoliation for the body and the mind. It goes and it prepares you to go ahead and as your skincare professional that you are, Miss Charlene T. Easter. Okay. As a skincare professional, we exfoliate before we get ready to put on any of our serums and we get ready to do our mask, but we get ready to do that moisturizer because we're going to put on that glam, right? We got to
mhm,
exfoliate and get rid of all of the impurities, all of the things that are going to prevent that makeup from looking the flawless finish. This is the
mhm,
energy we need to be working in right now through the end of the year. And here's why. Again,
mhm.
as we transition into that energy of 2024, anything that we have not dealt with is going to amplify moving forward. Ooh, write that down.
Mm.
Anything that you have not dealt with is going to amplify moving forward. Now, you can have an abundance of bliss or you can have an abundance of bullish. It's really going to be up to you. So we're going to focus back on that glass on the counter, right? Now you have been dealing with circumstances and situations that keep putting that glass back on the counter and you are not wanting to continue that even forward. This is the time to go ahead and address that and get it out of your mind. So anything that's coming up at this time that is preventing you from achieving those goals, anything that is preventing you from being clear-headed, anything that is keeping you in a level of peace, right? Because we want peaceful prosperity. We want to be in a mindset of ease. Yes.
Mhm.
Peaceful prosperity. And we want to be in a mindset of ease.
Yes.
So
Yes.
anything that is keeping you away from your peace and anything that is keeping you away from your sleep,
Mm.
anything that is keeping you away from your peace and anything that is keeping you away from your sleep, you need to address that now.
Ooh.
Otherwise, it's going to amplify. Okay, it's going to
Okay.
amplify. So that's just sitting for this week. Because this week we're going into, I mean, we got some beautiful energy that's coming forward this week. So as we start our weeks, I don't know about you all, but I start my week on a Sunday. So we are sitting in the energy of the sun. The sun is going to also be the governance of Leo. So Leo is that confident, courageous, fiery energy. Okay. So I may or may not have visual aids today, right? You told me to be prepared. So I like beautiful, shiny things, right? So as
Okay.
the sun is going to be in the Sunday, we ignite our fire, right? Because the energy of Leo, which is going to be the governance of the sun, we're going to ignite our fire, right? So we're in a fire energy right now, and it stands for I ignite. So anything that you want to start taking shape. Now, understand, we're also sitting in the energy of Sagittarius. So we have Sagittarian energy that's ruling all of this time right now. And Sagittarian energy is the governance of the archer.
Mm.
Where do you want that arrow to land? What are you focusing on, right? What are you
Mhm.
looking to ignite? Now, we talked about Scorpio. Scorpio is going to be that water sign. It's that watery energy. And water is all about like what we feel. Remember those irritations, that exfoliation, that grit, that grime, those irritants. If you are feeling things that are keeping you invigorated, right? It feels angry, it feels frustrated, it feels tense, right? Those are the things that we need to exfoliate at this time so we can then move and ignite everything that really sets our passion and our purpose on fire. I see it says you better deal with it. You better deal with it. Okay,
Mhm.
deal with it now or it's going to magnify.
Mm.
So as we sit on this Sunday energy, as we sit with the moon in Scorpio before it transitions into Sagittarius on Tuesday, which is also December 12th. So we're talking 12/12. And anytime numbers and energies are multiplied, that energy is magnified. Okay. So
Mm.
when we're talking about 12/12, let me write this down. You know, stuff comes through me rapid fire. So if I
Mhm.
lose you, just circle me back around and I will
Mhm.
clarify forward
Mhm.
as we move through Sunday. So right now we're here, we're getting this information, and I know how to set up my week. Monday, that energy is going to move from Scorpio into Sagittarius. Okay. So it's going to take that water and it's going to start to boil a little bit. You know, when you put that water on the stove and you get ready to make tea, you get ready
Mhm.
to have that steam. So we ain't kind of in that steam and energy right now. So something is stirring up that you really want to see start to take fire, take shape, and to be invigorated and ignited.
Mhm.
Whatever your first inclination is, right? You're passionate about it. Whatever that first inclination, as I said, that you're moving into that kettle, whatever gets you to whistle while you work. Because a lot of us start Monday that work week, right? What
Mhm.
that kettle is igniting what makes you whistle while you work. Whatever gives that wonderful, joyous, light-hearted, I want to sip my tea, sit back and collect my check kind of energy. That's what
Yes.
you want to start writing about right now. Because remember, we're going into that new moon energy this week on the 13th. So Sunday, we got to exfoliate. Monday, we sipping our tea now because we didn't got that grit and that grime up out of our energy. And now we want to go ahead and whistle while we work and let our magic make our money move, right? So when we talking
Yes.
about
Let the
money
babies make
move,
our money move. I'm sorry.
magic make your money move. You better whistle while you work. Be excited and
Uh-huh.
be happy about it. So as you now exfoliate it and you got your tea, this is meaning setting your intentions and your goals, but not only for this week. What do you want your that whistling energy to look like for 2024? What do you want to magnify? What do you want to amplify? And here's why. Because Tuesday, when we move into that 12/12, that portal of everything is infinite. So understand 1 + 2 is going to be 3. We
Mm.
have the power of 3, right? And if you might be like a charm one like me, you remember the power of 3, right? You get that power of the
Mm.
3. But also you have that internal, that external, and your reality. Your
Mm.
internal, your external, and your reality. That's going to be the real magic of the 3, okay? So on
Mhm.
that Tuesday, as we start to action. Take action Tuesday. We exfoliate on Sunday. We start to whistle it with that work on Monday. We start taking action on Tuesday. That take action Tuesday, what do you want to see take shape? What do you want that whistling energy to start to collect? Why? Because when you have that magnification, that power of 3, it is going to multiply exponentially. And don't forget, for those of you that don't know, we also have an immediate shower that's taking shape that same day. So 12/12, the lights in the sky is going to be lit up. That means as above, so below, as within, so without. And whatever you set intentions for is going to multiply triple fold.
Mm.
Okay. So the internal, the external, it becomes your reality. So if you take all of this information that you was like, yep, that's my house, that's my car, that's my job, that's my account, that's the kids, that's the cousin, that's the brother. Listen, that's the sister, that's the second sister I didn't even know I had, but she coming through too because she is with this, she with the movement and she is literally wanting to elevate too. Because I got rid of them, I exfoliated. That person that was leaving that cup on my counter, yeah, they can't come with me because they don't respect my space.
Mm.
They don't
Mhm.
respect my space and they don't respect my place. Remember, I said pin your position. So we're going to rotate right back down to this position. 12/12, that take action Tuesday. Now you can focus on what direction you're in. If you exfoliate and you start to get your nutrients, remember you was talking about getting our health together,
Mhm.
prioritizing our health and our mental wellness. If you
Yes.
start getting everything that is that is a deterrent and that is an aggravation out of you, and start filling yourself with the energy that allows you to permeate and whistle with a prosperity. Now I'm on a space of balance, and I'm focusing on my direction is me. When I take that action come Tuesday and jump to Wednesday, listen, everything I'm moving forward is wise and is wisdom. That's wisdom. That's Wisdom Wednesday. But that's also going to be that new moon in Sagittarius, and we back into that fire, and we're going to ignite everything that we want to take action with. Because now I'm clear and my skin is clear, so I look good, I smell good, I taste good because I get all my nutrients on the inside, right?
Wow.
Now I'm going to set this place on fire because this meteor shower and all of these lights of the universe are shining brightly on everything that I spoke about and that I'm speaking about and that I want to take shape. That now I'm catapulting myself into a new level of existence, and I'm leaving behind anything that is irritating, that is not worth my time. So come Wednesday with this new moon in Sagittarius, when you pull back that arrow because you focus, the archer takes that arrow, is also governed by Jupiter, and Jupiter is going to be the energy of expansion. Expansion is going to bring about abundance. Remember, we're talking about a magnitude of. So when you focus on what you want to grow and then you shoot your arrow towards that target and it explodes and it ignites, listen, there is nothing that can't take shape for you as long as your mind is right. As long as your mind is right and you are not allowing others who cannot see as far as you can to deter you from your goals, there is nothing that is going to stop you, because everything you touch will turn to gold. Cleanse your body, cleanse your mind, cleanse your space, and then write down everything that you want to take shape. Set your eyes on that goal and don't let anybody else tell you that it's not going to happen, because right now, like literally right now, this is the blankest canvas for everything that you've ever envisioned to take shape. And I'm gonna pause, break, and grab a sip on that.
I
I drank
started
from
with
wine glasses, but that's just sparkling soda, I promise.
it's fine if it wasn't. Okay. Yes. Okay. So what I hear you saying is we want to clean up anything that is sort of outstanding, hanging on, that's plucking our nerves and keeping us from being our best self that we absolutely can between tonight and Tuesday. And then we won't take action on Tuesday towards all of what it is that we want to happen moving forward. Is that right?
Now, I
Oh,
understand that everybody not gonna go in there and start doing all this come Tuesday, right? They not gonna everybody ain't gonna be ready. Like some
yes.
people not with us right now, and some people
Yes.
is gonna see this on the replay and they're gonna be like, oh
Yes.
my God, it's after Tuesday. That's okay. And I'm gonna tell
Yes.
you why. Because energy is ever flowing, right?
Mm, mhm,
And as long as you are focused on where you want to go,
mhm,
what you want to do, and you are determined to not let 2023 come into 2024, meaning anything that is literally not wanting to be expanded, this is the time to work through that through the end of the year. Now, if you
mm,
are looking for a a ritual or a game plan or a process that you can take, the sooner you start to take those steps, the more swiftly and quickly those manifestations are going to take shape, because in proper time and proper space, everything is going to fall into place. The quicker you start to act upon your actual goals and your dreams, the more they're going to rapidly manifest for you. So, what
mm,
I would recommend you do, especially as we go into Monday and with this week, is to start going in and making that assessment and creating a blank slate in which you want to actually operate from. I understand everybody may not be able to do it come like Tuesday, but
right.
if
Mhm,
you are in, if you feel called, right? Because a lot of
mhm.
times we are called to do something and we procrastinate. Yep,
Guilty.
yep. No, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, I gotta check me at the door too, right? That's why I keep a mirror on my desk so that whenever I'm like even doing a live or I'm with a client, I can always reflect back to me too. So because sometimes what come up I need to hear as well too. So
Yeah.
I'm a practicer of what I preach. Trust and believe you me. But I also understand that we can be called to do something and be like, me? Like, you want me to
Yes.
do what? I don't even know if that makes sense. What am I going to do? And we'll wait and then we will let the opportunity pass. A lot of us have been sitting here with these goals, these dreams, and these aspirations for longer than a week. Some of it's been a month, some of it's been 2 months, some of it's been 12 years, right? And the energy right now is gotten to a space that when we were talking about those irritations, we were talking about that aggravation. Oftentimes, those outward explosions that we have when we get upset because somebody have left that glass on the counter, it isn't really about the glass. It's more about us and why are we not feeling fulfilled? Because we might be looking towards that Monday or that next day when we have to go into the office or whatever position we do with our week that we really don't want to be doing that, but we're afraid to move towards the goals that we really feel for ourselves. And 2023 has been a year of taking back your power. So we're in a year of a seven, right? Two
Mm-hmm.
plus two is four, and four plus three is seven. And what I like to explain about the numerology of a seven, if you ever look at it, just look at a seven itself, it kind of looks like a ladder or like a diving board, right? And so you can
Mm-hmm.
walk up the ladder and then you have your diving board and you can either launch off of it to the next level or you can just sink straight down and it can become a diving board or a guillotine, depending on how you want to look at what you do when you walk up to the ladder and you're out on that platform. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people have been wanting to come into a power of their own, but they're afraid because it's causing them to have to lose the things that they're so comfortable with. Maybe it's the job, maybe it's the city, maybe it's the person, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they are afraid to take that step because it means they're stepping into the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
The energy of like the water or Scorpio or where we're sitting right now, when we brings up those irritation in the side, really at any point. But when that irritation comes to the surface, are you addressing it or are you just blank slating it and trying to push it to the side because you're afraid to make that change? The sooner you make the change, the quicker your manifestations are going to take place. And as we move into 2024 and you want it to be the greatest of all time, you're going to have to step out on not only faith, but self. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
have to step up and step out on self because you are more capable than you have given yourself credit for. And now when you really when you show up for you, you're going to realize that it's going to take shape even better than what you envisioned it taking shape for, and everything that you were holding on to was just holding you back. It's not,
Mm-hmm.
you're not holding on to it, you're holding back yourself from the greatness that you actually want to experience. And sometimes we're just afraid of our success. Right now, we can't be afraid of success. We have to welcome it with open arms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now I'm curious to know, and I don't want to break your flow
Okay.
bars.
Oh, bars. Yes.
In some of the services that you offer in like coaching or whatever, do you help people with that piece? Is that something that you do?
I actually do. And so sometimes I can be considered like that tough love coach, right? Like, because if you tell me, I'll give an example. If you tell me that you want to be more active, right? And I give you a schedule, right? Let's say we're going to start 3 days a week, 3 days out of 7 days of the week. Okay. And you tell me 2 of those days that you're not able to do it, then I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, then why are you working with me? I'm going to ask you that for one question. Because you came to me for my expertise, you came to me for my guidance, and you came to me because you knew that I could help you achieve your goal. So now it's either you want to change or you don't. And I'm going to hold you accountable to what you said that you were going to do. So I literally will hold your hand through the transformation, but you also have to be willing to do the work as well too. So I really do help you stay accountable to you, because
Mhm,
oftentimes it's the success that we're afraid of and we won't hold ourselves accountable. I will.
mhm. Okay, okay. Mhm,
Because at the end of the day, we we want it. Like we literally want it. And we may not have seen other people do it, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Socioeconomic sometimes is a big aspect of what we step out on when I say faith, but self. Step out on self. Faith is what we do every day when we get in the car. We believe that we're going to make it home safely, right? Because we're
Yeah.
driving and there's cars with us and we don't know the real skills of the person in the vehicle next to us, right? So that's going to
Yes.
be like our faithful energy, and we got plenty of it. Most of us
Yeah.
get in our car every day and we don't think anything about it. So we really have the faith. It's stepping out on self that
Mm.
we often have a difficulty with. So I don't necessarily say step out on faith. I say step out on yourself. What about you? Are you not comfortable and confident with to know that you can achieve our goals? And oftentimes it's because we haven't seen someone else do it. We
Mm.
may see them from afar, we see them on like social media, or we've heard about it on like TV, but we may not have seen someone else do it.
Mhm.
Oftentimes, and I know this has been an experience for me, is that you might be the first in your family to do it. You are probably your family's first millionaire. You are your family's first billionaire, and it seems daunting and it seems impossible
Mm.
because no one else in your family or that you know has done it, and your
Right.
goals seem so massive and you're not seeing the product of it, but you are the product of it. You
Mm.
are the one with the million and billion-dollar ethic and abilities. And when we go into that energy of the eight, remember it's magnification. So if you're focused on being a billionaire, then you have to walk and talk and be the billionaire and watch that magnified by taking the steps that will get you to that space. And the first thing about it is stepping out on self. You already got the faith. Now you have to step out on self and you have to do it. You
Mhm.
absolutely have to do it and take the action. The biggest part of I am, and I think with affirmations, people will go into the I am all the time, but it's going to be
Mhm.
inspired action that creates manifestation. So the inspiration is the I. I'm inspired by this. I want to do this. The
Mhm.
action is what actually helps the manifestation come to life. So if you don't take the action, the manifestation won't happen. So we say
Right.
I am all the time, but that's also that power of three and become the I am. I am the greatest of all time. Listen, I tell myself that every single day, as well as that I am the healthiest, I'm the wealthiest, I'm the successful, and I am the most intelligent individual in my whole universe because everything really revolves around me. The way I
Mm.
think, the way I eat, the way I sleep, the way I talk, it's all going to magnify and magnetize everything that I desire to me. So if I say
Mm.
I'm going to be successful and I don't let anything but success enter my mindset, then there's no reason that it's not going to happen for me.
Mm. Mm. Mhm. And mm, and I'm just thinking about how that really comes back to prioritizing yourself and
Hmm.
self-love. Like really loving yourself enough. Yeah. That's just where my mind went with partially went with that. But I love stepping out on self because you're right. It's almost like if you've already been given an idea, if you've been given a vision, which is not something that someone else may have, it was for you.
Hmm.
And you just have to believe in yourself to make it happen and just start to do the things and let it unfold.
Every single day. Every single day
Wow.
you walk towards your goal. When I stepped away from my job in 2021, and it was rough, right? Like it
Yeah.
was definitely a rough space. Um, there's always people like, how are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to take care of your kids? What are you going to do? And
Mhm.
I said, I'm going to work my business and I'm going to be successful in my business and I'm going to watch the Lotus Mother take shape. And it was almost 2 years to the day. Like I can say that for a fact, but it was almost 2 years to the day that I not only was offered a position that I have now, that not only replaced the salary that I walked away from, but then I also grew my own brand into something that was taking care of me and my family with nothing else being that support system. So it wasn't the easiest. It was not because I was raised to, go to work, go to school, get a great education, go to college, make a high powered position. And I gained that aspect. I absolutely did. But I
Mhm.
also, as much as I was successful from like a monetary or a material aspect, I personally lacked fulfillment. Like, meaning I found value and fulfillment in the work that I was doing that allowed me to get up and experience my days.
Mm.
So it's one thing to be successful at something. You can be really great at something you loathe, not love, but loathe,
Yeah.
Loathe, right? You
Yep.
can be
Yep.
really great at something you don't enjoy. And
Mhm.
people will look from the outside and be like, you've got this great life. And I literally am miserable at the end of the day, even though
Mm.
I can have the money, the house, the cars, the clothes, everything that people will see that's a value of success. One of the
Mhm.
things that no one knows, and it's kind of the first time I'm even sharing this publicly, is that for 2 years, I made a quarter of what it was that I walked away from. Like, I literally was, as much as I was working with individuals and I was working with in my business, it wasn't financially the same of the position that I had. And I never gave up. Like, I never gave up because I knew what I was working towards and I knew that there was something better for me. I had
Mhm.
this vision, I put
Mhm.
the action behind it, and the manifestation started to come. So I will say this with anyone who's like, what do I do? You literally have to believe in what it is that you're working towards, because day in and day out, you have to work that. If you can go and give 8 to 10 hours to another aspect outside of yourself, you can turn around and give that same energy to the thing that you want to grow. So it's just like taking two plants and
Mhm.
you get them from seedlings. You'll have to water them both if you want them to be fruitful and to multiply. It's going to be that same aspect. Right
Mhm.
now, this plant that you're nurturing and that you're watering is your life. So
Mm.
it's the plant or the tree of your life. So you're watering your life plant. What do you
Mm.
want to eat from right now? So
Mm.
if you're willing to put in the energy, the effort to
Mm.
like nurture one, why wouldn't you do the other? And I'm not going to say it's not going to take time, energy, and attention, but that's really the best key. Our time, our energy, and an attention. Because where your attention goes and your energy flows, that's what's going to grow.
This is so timely for me. I can't speak for anyone else, but this is so very timely for me because I noticed that I have a habit of putting things off. And what I've gotten to the for some things, right? And what I'm been working with myself on is reminding myself that when I'm putting off certain things, those certain things are tied to something that I said I wanted. And it's like I'm getting it, but it doesn't mean it's something that's easy or
Hmm.
doesn't work, right? And a level of input. But I've been reminding myself, and I did it today and yesterday because I'm noticing like when I'm off, it's like I don't want to be, although I feel like I'm almost always doing something for uh this channel or any of the businesses that I'm trying to have or
Hmm.
grow, right? Because I have them, but grow, right? And then sometimes it's like, no, I just want to be, I just want to be still. I don't want to, what I mean? But I've been reminding myself. And that comes back to something that has been very helpful to me over the past several years. And that is always coming from a space of being grateful um, that I'm getting what I want. So put in the work. And to the point you just made, you have almost killed your damn self working for other people. And yes, I get a check and benefits and all those things. But while I don't have to kill myself, I can at least match the effort for my, what did you call it? My life treat? What did you just say?
Yeah, you're watering your life tree.
Yes.
Well,
It's like, girl,
mhm,
stop. Do the thing that the Lord is blessing you the opportunity with the opportunity to do because you asked for it. So do the
mhm,
thing. And it's
yep.
so easy too. And this is how I know it's a really bad habit. And some of it might be a little bit of that kind of self sabotage and not believing and limiting beliefs and things that you just kind of have to work on constantly. At least I know
Mhm.
right? is um remember, God dog it. I lost my train of thought. Girl, getting older is something. It flew in and it flew out. It was good
No,
too.
no,
It was
I'm sure it was great. Like it's gonna come back to you. Um, but you were talking about getting what you're asking for, and if I can just, kind of come back with that is we are getting what we're asking for. Like that's the component of it. And I shared with my husband recently. I was like, I got me a new vehicle in the last year or so. Well, no, it's probably been like 2 years now. Time is really an awkward concept for me, you guys. Like, so I time doesn't, it's not, it's all relative. So
Mhm.
when I say a couple days ago, I could have been talking like 5 years ago, and people would be like, "Oh yeah," I don't know, but it
It's
feels like
okay.
it was yesterday for me. But I got a new car recently, and I was telling my husband I want to get this car because I want to have space for like my pop-up markets, and I want to be able to have a space for all of my product, and I want to have space for like if I have people I have to travel, something that's going to be better on the highway. So I got the new vehicle, I got it. And the position that I have right now, it requires me to do pop-ups and to carry all of my equipment and all of those things. But it wasn't the particular career or job I thought it was going to be. I'm doing the things that I said I wanted to do. I got the vehicle and it's being used the way I said I was going to use it. But I guess I wasn't as clear enough what I wanted to do versus what I'm doing, because I was like, okay, I did get what I asked for. Now I understand how really impactful it is to open with specificity, but then keeping the universe or allowing the universe to meet you where you are. So I definitely got what I asked for. So I know when you take the words and you put them in a sentence and you speak them aloud, and then you put the energy and effort behind it, it is going to materialize in the way you want, or it's going to materialize, but it may not always be the way you thought. Let me put it that way. It's going
Mm.
to take shape, but it may not show up in the package that you were thinking. So as long as you are clear about what you want to receive, right? So, what do you want to experience? How do you want to feel? Because the other component is we're talking about that water element where we are right now. And if you're sitting in the space and you don't like the way you feel, if you don't like what you may are getting ready to have to do the rest of this week, because that's what provides your compensation, and it doesn't feel as though that's what is setting your heart on fire, right? It's not igniting you, then you
Mhm.
know now it's really time for me to put my words and my actions together. I'm sorry, I just thought it. We have to be Pacific. We gotta be Pacific.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We have got to be Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian at the same time. I love it. Maybe a little Mediterranean with the sea. I love it. I love
Yes.
it. But if you can feel that energy, right? And it's not what is passionate, it's not what you
Mm.
desire, it doesn't illuminate you and fire you up, then you now know you have the power to make that change. You just have to step out on self. And
Mm.
I am a testament of stepping out on self, right? If it
Mm.
wasn't for me saying no to everything that I knew I could not continue to do, then I wouldn't be here at this time. But I
Mm.
never will tell somebody like, oh, it happened overnight. It didn't. It took 2 years.
Mhm.
And there were some nights that my budget was like, this is what we're gonna have to do because I got enough for my rent. I got enough for food, and that's what we're gonna have to do. And
Mhm.
if I want to receive this goal, then I'm gonna have to go through the spaces of transformation and transition. And that's where we are at this time. It's really
Mhm.
asking you, do you want to keep feeling this way? Is this what you want to continue to experience? If so, then keep walking forward along this path, and it's going to amplify and it's going to magnify, and that's what you're going to have an abundance of come 2024.
Mm.
But if you want more, and not only in a massive way, but you want fulfillment and you
Mm.
want peaceful prosperity, you
Mhm.
want to glisten mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, it's time
Mhm.
to get rid of everything that is an irritant and that is frustrating you. And it's time to light up your imaginative space and let your passions truly take shape. Ooh, I love it. Yes.
Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. That's all I got is mm-hmm. I know what I'll be doing after I eat tonight. Uh-huh. Yeah, because I'm yeah, you didn't hit on so many things you don't even know. Like you don't even know. Yeah. This is
You're right. I believe
fantastic.
you. I
Mm-hmm.
believe you. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
grateful to be able to be in this space, to be able to provide this level of just conversation, right? Like I could label myself in so many different things, but I really don't. I'm just an elemental fitness oracle, right? Because we're all elements: earth, wind, water, fire, source, spirit, whatever that fifth element is for you. And fitness is
Mm-hmm.
mental, emotional, spiritual, financial. Like it's all of those things. And just because I can see things further than others, sometimes I utilize all of my senses to be of service to others. And the fact that you allow me to be authentic and just to show up as who I am and allow me to not only share my guidance with you and your audience, it means everything. So I'm truly appreciative for you and thank you.
Oh my God. You're welcome. And thank you. Because every single time I have one of these conversations, like I feel like this is my own personal session that I'm sharing with other people because that's how much I get from it. And it truly is timely based on something or a couple of things that have been running through my mind or actions I've been taking or not taking. And I hear you, but it is difficult sometimes to move through some of the habits. But for me, it's like, nah, we keep going because I want to get to my pot of gold and I want to get to all of the abundance that 20 and 24, as my grandma would say if she was still here, is going to have for me and beyond
Yes.
and beyond. So, yeah. And you said the number 8 means what again?
Eight is going to be the level of infinity, right? So if you ever see it, you know, the sign of infinity, it's ever
Yeah.
flowing and ever ending. So if you turn an eight on its sign, it's going to be the infinity loop. What do you want to run for an infinite cycle? You want to have this on repeat, right? You want this to be never ending. So whatever you enter and you give its time, energy, and attention to, that's what you're going to be sipping on all of 2024. So if it's not making you healthier, wealthier, or sexier, boo, let it go. Listen, that's it. Like I promise you, it's gotta be, I gotta be glistening, right? I want to sparkle and I want to shine. And I don't have time to be wasting on other people who are not of the utmost divine. And I say this in the grand scheme of if they are literally, and we'll go back to our cup analogy, will watch you clean your whole kitchen and then leave a glass on your counter and then walk
Mhm.
away like it don't matter, then that's not the person for you. And anything that puts you in that mindset and you can recognize that they will just leave this glass right here on the counter and walk away and let it be that, then that's the type of energy you want to stay away from because it's only going to grow and then you're going to take that with you forward. What you implement going forward is what you say you want to have on a repeat for an infinite lifetime.
Yes. So, even if it isn't happening, it is the thoughts and what we write that we want to happen, that we are focused on, that we are manifesting, so to speak. Because some things are out of our control a little bit because
Sure.
we're waiting on, I'm going to say divine timing for certain things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But to just stay in that headspace of, but this is the thing I want,
Mm-hmm.
and to feel that thing.
Yep. Yep. And so, what I would recommend that you do as we go into Tuesday, that take action, right? That take action Tuesday, that 12-12, that power of three amplified.
Yeah.
I would take a time and this is, I'm telling you what part of what I'm going to be doing on Tuesday after I get back. I'm going to take me a nice bath. I'm going to have me this may be a different beverage at the time, right? So I'm gonna sit down in my beautiful tub, right? And I'm gonna get everything that makes sense for me.
Hmm.
Whatever I'm gonna connect with on a sensual level, because our sensuality is what we feel, right? So everything
Yes.
that makes us feel just intimate and invigorated and important. What's intimate, invigorating, and important to you, right? And
Hmm.
When you're in that space, I want you to just go and get a nice bath, right? You can utilize whatever soaps or oils. It doesn't matter about the tool. Remember, you are the altar, right? You are what the worshiping energy needs to be done from and to. So you create an intimate experience for you, whatever that looks like. And if you want a Lotus Mother candle, let me know. Okay. Shameless plug, but not really.
Talk
Um,
to me. All right.
um,
And oh, so I need to. Did you know I haven't lit it yet? Where is she?
oh, you got the divine. Oh, you got the divine
I need
affinity.
to light
You
her
do. Oh, wow,
because
that's
I do want
true.
love. I
Yeah, but
want
you
love.
probably the only one that have one. So,
It's a love candle. I keep sniffing her, but I didn't light her yet.
yes,
But we gonna light her on Tuesday when we take our
right.
bath.
Oh, wow, you probably
You
the only
can't
one
say
that still
Tuesday,
have
right?
one. Yeah, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create me a bath and I'm gonna create the most intimate environment, right? And then when I'm in that space of just invigorated relaxation and in my highest self, right? When I am making connection with me, follow where I'm going. I'm making connection with me. And then I'm going to write any and everything that allows me to continue that
Mm,
energy of replicated that, and I'm going to write it out, right? I'm going to
mm,
write it. So now I'm taking the inspiration, I'm
mm-hmm,
writing it down.
mm-hmm.
Now every day I'm going to create an affirmation, one that you can rise in the day. This is what my life is, this is how I feel. And then just take whatever phrase makes sense to you, and I want you to repeat that for 21 days, right? 21 days is how you create a
Mm.
habit or a ritual. So, whatever
Okay.
you write after you've created this intimate connection with you, whatever tools make sense for you, and whatever phrase comes out to you, you write that and you put that on your mirror that you can speak upon yourself for 21 days. And that is the truest form of water and glamour magic. And then start living that life that you are writing into existence. So, this is my pen, this is my quill, right? This is my pad. You've had your bath, you've got your affirmation, right? You're in this intimate level, you're speaking this energy over yourself. And as you walk forward, anything that takes you out of that space of that time that you were sitting in that intimate moment, that's how you know what needs to be removed. That's how you start to make that change. And then everything around you, the circle probably will become a little bit smaller, but then remember, now you got to focus, right? You minimize and you've narrowed that target and that window. So now you have a point to focus on, and then it's easier to magnify when you have that focus than trying to look at all of these things at the same time. So when you narrow it down, and that's how you can go from I don't know to I have a goal. You can go from I don't know to I have a goal, because anything that takes you out of that intimate bath phrase that you've created for yourself, because you
Mm-hmm,
bring yourself back to that point, that phrase is your pinpoint.
mm-hmm,
It's your centering point. Anything that takes you away from that, that's how you can see what needs to actually be released. And as
mm-hmm.
you do that, you start to then be like, yep, no, yep, no, yep, no. And you weed out all of the things that need to go. Then you
Yes.
find yourself with what needs to be remaining. And then that's how you magnify, because you've cleared out everything that can't go where you're headed. Because it's taking you
Mhm.
out of that peaceful prosperity. Because you remember when you was in that tub, it was no worries, it was no stress. But water is also a very powerful amplifier, and it's a very strong tool of manifestation. So that's why you go, and when you think about the birthing process or being reborn and renewal, you come through the avenue, excuse me, or the wells of the water. So it also helps to clarify, cleanse, and rejuvenate. So I
Mhm.
do a lot of that level of work. I'll just, go in my shower or take a bath.
Yes. Ooh, I'm excited. Like, like, ooh, it's just so timely. Like, yeah, I just, it's so timely. It's so timely. That's all I can say. And I do want to say too that like all of this is perfect. On Wednesday, I will be talking with the young lady who created the Ultimate Vision Board Kit, and I spoke with her before and shared her kit, and we're doing it in this too, like in preparation for our upcoming virtual vision board party, the 1st of January. So it's all about this. It is about reflecting. It is about finding that place of peace and, yes, sensuality. What feels good? Writing those things out, because all of that will be a part too of creating your vision board for what it is that you want. So this was I'm sorry. So perfect. And I mean, literally, personally, so very timely for me. Like, I literally, I have to say, like, the other night, I have a law of attraction planner that is about 4 years old. I had two of them because I love paper. I like to write, and I would buy these planners and then I use them. The things that I love about that particular planner are the questions, and I'll be borrowing some of them
Mm-hmm.
as I move forward to reflect on what I've done, what I haven't done, what I say I want to do, what I said I want to do, but I don't want to do anymore. I'll be reflecting on all the questions. And that is why I still have it. Like, I'm looking at it because I'm like, I'm going to fill out these questions. Forget
Mm-hmm.
about the calendar part. I want to answer these questions. And the other night, I was like, why don't you start answering some of the questions? And I was like, no, you're tired. Go to bed. And that's fine because I needed the
Mm-hmm.
rest, right? But it stays here. I want to
Mm-hmm.
answer those questions. And so to me, it is all related to these things that you're talking about. And it sounds very inviting to create a very cozy space. Because I love a
Mm-hmm.
bath.
Mm-hmm.
I love a
Mm-hmm.
smoke. I love the Epsom salt that is seasoned with essential oils and coconut oil. I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna
I
start. I'm listen.
I will be in that bath forever.
I might.
Yes.
And look, until I get sleepy, because when I get sleepy, it's gonna be over, and we'll pick up the next day. But that's gonna also ensure a really good night's rest, because that still smell like
Yes.
a green up too, but in the best way.
Yep. Yep.
This is
So
fantastic.
that is my stepping into your greatness 2024. Like, how do you step into that aspect of it? This is my contribution to the mega world, the
Yeah.
world of aspect of it here. And I will say that if you, especially when we talk about writing, I can't help, I find myself not always talking about the harnessing the power within as much, but I am going to share that with you and anyone that is interested in doing it, because one of the things you were talking about, like with my clients and stuff before, is they would be like, Lotus, I get it. I'm saying what I understand what you're saying, but then sometimes I'm like, I don't know what you said, or I don't remember. And I was like, I wish
Mm,
you would just write a guide. And so I did. I literally was
yes.
like, let me just put it together in a guide. And it's called Harnessing the Power Within, right? And it's a
Mhm.
guide to using affirmations and positive thinking for subconscious mind reprogramming and life transformation. And it's literally a step by step guide of how to reprogram our limiting beliefs, because we were talking about that before, and not always seeing someone else do it and being the first to actually do it. Oftentimes we don't take those steps because we don't believe it can happen because we've never seen it.
Mhm.
So that'll be that barrier. But I really love this guide, and I personally still, this is my personal copy that I have like notes in that I still use. It's crazy, I use my own book, but I
Good.
do.
That's
And
how great it is. Uh-huh.
I
Because you wrote it to
do.
yourself first.
I did, and it's interesting because I'll be like, oh yeah, and some days I'll just pull up and be like, random page, and be like, okay, that'll be what it is. Because there's still moments I'll be like, you want me to do what? Me? I don't know. Well, why are you doubting it? So I'll go back to it. But it's definitely something that anyone can use, whether you are an avid person who is familiar with your manifestations and working on your subconscious programming, or if you're new to it. It's literally a step by step guide. And if anyone's interested in it, they can reach out to me here or just over at thelotusmother.com.
Absolutely. And I will make sure that I go back and I include the link in my description box for the book. I know that your social media information is already there. And I will also make sure that the information is in this description box for candles if they are still something that can be pre ordered or available.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I will make
And
sure
they
it is
could,
there because the Lotus Mother also makes the most fantabulous candles, all different types. This one right here gonna be burned while I'm writing, but I won't, because part of what I want is mhm. Okay.
so if
So
there's something on the website, my Kindle orders are being updated. However, if you reach out to me on the website, there's a contact me option. All you have to do is be like, what candles do you have? Or I'm looking for a candle for this. Can you make this? I absolutely will. But I'm also bringing a new revamping to the apothecary in 2024. And there's actually going to be a 12/12 candle that I'm working on this week. So I actually already, yeah, I'm super hype about this. So I'm working on a 12/12 candle as well. So
yes. Oh, and so that means that you're gonna do all the stuff the day
I'm going to do all the stuff.
mhm. I'll be getting with you on a 12/12 candle. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. So, and I still have God, I keep forgetting the name of it. I wrote it down though. Is it the Lotus Moon? I remember.
Yes.
I still have that one here too. I think I've made them decorations, but I'm gonna for real. Next time we go live, y'all, this won't be. If you see it, it's gonna be right here on the pedestal with a flame. It's gonna be flickering.
I have I have one here today that's on the my table that I have as well too. So I try to keep him in my office as much as possible as well, especially when I'm working either with clients or doing lives. But because I'm working from home now more as well too, I definitely will ignite one of those Mondays and be like, listen, let's
Yes,
balance the vibe. So it's amazing.
yes. I thank you so much for taking the time to think of a fantabulous message that I'm gonna call, you know, a fantabulous message as we are reflecting on our 2023, but moving into getting more for 2024. That's what I'm gonna keep saying.
Hmm.
More for 2024.
Yeah,
And
I misheard
I
that.
will be watching this again tonight. I'm certain of it. Because I started taking certain notes on my phone while you were talking, but I was like, girl, you act like this is not a video that you can't watch again. Uh, give her your full attention. So,
I'm gonna go back and watch it myself. Like I love that. I hear, so I'm a beautiful, clear, and concise channel from the divine. I can't always hear what's coming through as it is. So I
mhm.
get to go back and receive it the same way the audience does. And when I tell you, just like I take notes from my own book, I take notes from whatever comes through because I may be the channel, but oftentimes I need to hear it too. So that I honor that.
Yes, Sandra says her candle smells amazing.
No.
Ferocious fire candle, Sandra, because I've started burning that earlier, and then I let her, I put her out for a little while, but I burned her a little bit. Yes, to more in 2024. So I want to thank the Lotus Mother again for spending some time with us tonight. As again, we reflect on our 2023 in preparation for creating more in 2024. And I'm certain we'll be here again with another fantabulous conversation. And if you are looking for a way to begin your journey in creating your own affirmations based on the things that you've identified that you want, don't forget about her ebook, Manifesting the Power Within. Did I say it right?
Harnessing the power within.
Harnessing the Power Within. I will put a link on the description bar, box. I always say description bar in the description box so that you can purchase it directly. And if you are looking for someone to coach you through some things, which can include bar, and I saw something else recently, uh, lingerie lessons with Lotus. Is that what
Yeah. So the lingerie lessons with Lotus is a 12-week immersion journey that is beginning January 11th, 2024. And it is 12 weeks of everything in the grand scheme of mind, body, spirit, and health. So not only do we go through 45 to 50 minutes of bar, which is a combination of ballet, Pilates, and yoga, that is literally going to be a sensual workout that is progressive week after week. We also come together in group oracle therapy, and we meet once a week for 90 minutes for 12 weeks. And it's called lingerie lessons because one, I'm a boudoir model. So part of that is the aspect of it. So you feel free to wear your lingerie if that's what you want to do, because a lot of times we don't tap into that sensuality of ourselves.
Mhm.
And becoming a model in that capacity, even a little later in life, which was always a goal and dream of mine, is to be a model. It really tapped into the authenticity and unbridled energy of me. So I incorporated that energy in addition to bar. So bar again is ballet, Pilates, and yoga, and I'm a certified bar instructor and an elemental practitioner. And I combine that along with the oracle therapy. Everyone that joins also receives a copy of the Harnessing the Power Within, as well as a handmade crystal therapy candle. And the investment ranges. So there's a range for investments. If you go over to the website, it's broken down there. And then
Okay.
I also can do like payment plans for someone as well too. So I mean it's phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I do it just about once a quarter. So we do 12 weeks. We're going to start in January and it'll run consecutively on Thursdays. Then I usually take a break and then I do another one. So my lush, it started with like luscious with Lotus, and then it has morphed and become the lingerie lessons with Lotus, because in those closed containers you ultimately get everything that I have. And I take a
Mm.
small group through that 12 weeks. We all start together and we all finish together, you know, because that don't always happen. Um, and we allow ourselves to tap into the authenticity and evolve.
I love it. And tell us your website so that people can check it out in case they are interested in any of the services or products that you've mentioned that you offer.
TheLotusMother.com. I try to keep it simple. And
Yes.
then and then I just so I Nicole, like literally right now I just got an order. Yeah, thank you so much. I absolutely love and appreciate you. And all of the books that I have right now, they're going to be autographed by me. So I usually feel whatever energy is coming through that at that time, and I'll write a passage in the book that's coming out. So that'll be going out for you this week. I just got a order for the book, so I'm grateful. Thank you. You're gonna
Yay!
love it. Like you're absolutely gonna love it. I can't wait to hear your feedback. I tell you, still, I find myself going back to it, and I keep a copy like in my bag that I take with me everywhere.
Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nikki's giving you hearts. Um
I love
and
you all.
shout out to Nikki because that is how I learned of the Lotus Mother because she was selling candles and she was like, ah, this candle smells so good. I mean, you know, yeah, just thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we absolutely will be touching base sometime soon again. I love the lingerie Lotus. I love it. Um, and we will do something I'm claiming, I'm putting it out there very soon about sensuality because V-Day is coming up. And maybe learning to be comfortable if it has been a goal of yours to do like a boudoir shoot for no one but you, like it's cool if you're doing it for your significant other, but it really should start with you. And yeah, throwing ideas out. But I don't want to take up any more of your time tonight, but I am so grateful. Thank you so very much. And reach out, ladies. Reach out, reach out, reach out to the Lotus Mother for, again, the various services and products that she's offering. Oh, one quick question. The lingerie session, is that virtual and RL, or is it one or the other?
It's virtual. So it's all virtual. So you don't have to be anywhere other than wherever you are on 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And not every session, but a lot of them are recorded. I don't do every single one, but I give you enough that you will be able to have collections that you can go back through, that you can utilize. And the one things that are not recorded is whatever the group session is. So from the recordings, it's just the bar component, because whatever
Right.
comes up in group, I keep that to the group.
Absolutely. Yep.
Mhm.
Confidential and private and personal. That's right. So, okay. Um, I started a bath earlier. We gonna, add a few more things to the pot. I'm gonna go ahead and sip my little last bit of sangria. Oh, one quick question we have: what
Okay.
days are the sessions for lingerie with
Um,
Lotus?
they're Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
And the start date again for that is January.
11th, 2024.
All right, ladies.
All right, so oh, oh,
Lingerie.
oh, oh, oh,
Lotus.
oh, oh. I love it.
Thank
I'm
you.
so
Thank you. Thank you.
grateful for you all, and I hope that you all have an amazing end of 2023. And I am so excited for everything that's getting ready to take shape, in 2024. Be well, my loves. I love you, and I'll talk again
Yay!
soon.
Thanks, y'all. And y'all know how to find me. Hold on for 1 second for me, Lotus Mom. Mother. Sorry. Hold 1 second. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love, love when I have the opportunity to speak with the Lotus Mother. It is so timely every single time. Like, if I wanted to share more, and if that 50 plus year thought that I had come all the way through, y'all would have understood what I was saying, but it's gone. It'll come back. But I hope that you will join me on Wednesday when we speak with Marquila Gailey, who is the young lady that created the Ultimate Vision Board Kit. And we have a full circle moment that I'm going to get her to share about this vision. Well, about vision boards. Let me say it that way. And we will also be sharing more information about the virtual vision board party that we are going to be co hosting on January the 7th, 2024. It'll be virtual, it'll be right here on YouTube. It is free, so feel free to join, but highly encourage you to get the Ultimate Vision Board Kit so that you are ready to participate. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I do encourage you to get it. It is a fantastic kit. It is already put together for you to just sit and play with after you do a little bit of reflection, because she has some great activities in her book. So the link for that will be available on Wednesday, and it is also already available on the video. When the video called the Ultimate Vision Board Kit, where I talked to her and interview her about her idea, her product, and everything. So join us Wednesday at 7 p.m. while we do a little bit more reflection. Woohoo! I see you, Jay. Where we do a little bit more reflection for 2023 in preparation for 2024. And I encourage you to come back and watch this video again. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. And please go um, at the Lotus Mother. Follow her, give her some love for all the jewels she dropped for us tonight. And she's on YouTube, she's on Facebook, she's on Instagram at the Lotus Mother. So, yeah, I'm kind of hyped. I'm gonna go eat and sip a little sangria and get ready for this bath. And I'm gonna light my love candle. In a couple of days, I'll let y'all know how that go. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for spending this Sunday evening with me. I appreciate it. Bye, y'all.